Hey, you've probably been scrolling for a bit now. Let's slow down together. Take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's dive into a gentle story that might just help you unwind before bed. I was 10 years old when I found that old letter, tucked between the pages of my grandfather's book. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, just browsing through his old wooden bookshelf that always smelled of aged paper and time itself. My grandfather had passed away 2 years before, and I missed him terribly. He was a quiet man, the kind who listened more than he spoke. But when he did speak, you felt like every word carried weight and meaning. The letter was written in his distinctive handwriting, slow and careful, like he had taken his time with each character. It was addressed to my grandmother, written on her 30th birthday, years before I was even born. I started reading slowly. My dearest Eleanor, today you turn 30, and I'm sitting here in the small garden we planted together, thinking about how lucky I am. Not because you're beautiful, though you are. Not because you're brilliant, though your mind amazes me every day, but because you taught me something I didn't know before you. I paused for a moment. I never knew my grandfather wrote like this. He was always a man of few words, someone who showed love through actions rather than speaking it out loud. I continued reading. You taught me that happiness isn't in the big things we're waiting for. It's not in the promotion I'm hoping for at work or the bigger house we plan to buy someday. Happiness is in the morning when I wake up and find you beside me. In the sound of your laugh when I try to tell a joke and fail miserably. In the way you hold my hand when we walk down the street, like you're telling me I'm not alone in this world. I felt something tighten in my chest. I didn't see my grandfather hold my grandmother's hand often, but now I remembered. He did it all the time. On the way to the market, during family visits, even when they sat together watching television. I kept reading, my inner voice growing quieter. I wish people knew the secret. How many of us are running after big things while forgetting the small moments happening right now? The cup of coffee you make me every morning? The way you call me from the kitchen to taste the food before it's ready? Even those moments when you're annoyed with me because I forgot to turn off the lights again. I smiled, despite the tears beginning to gather in my eyes. My grandmother always reminded him about the lights. That was their private joke. Today, on your birthday, I want to make you one promise. I won't wait for big occasions to tell you how grateful I am. I won't wait until I achieve some success to feel happy. I'll find happiness in every ordinary day, in every simple moment. In every morning, I wake up and find you beside me. This is my promise to you. To be present, not just physically, but truly present. To notice the way the afternoon light comes through our kitchen window. To appreciate the sound of your footsteps when you come home. To remember that this ordinary life we're living together is anything but ordinary. People always talk about the big moments, the weddings and anniversaries and milestone birthdays, but I think the real magic is in the Tuesday afternoons when nothing special is happening. When we're just sitting together, you reading your book and me pretending to read the newspaper while actually just watching you. Those are the moments I want to remember. I had to stop reading because my vision was getting blurry. I wiped my eyes and looked around the room. It was still filled with my grandfather's things. His reading chair by the window, the worn armrest where his hand always rested, the small table beside it with the permanent ring mark from his coffee cup. His slippers still tucked under the bed, waiting for feet that would never wear them again. I looked back at the letter. So today, my love, I'm not giving you jewelry or flowers. I'm giving you something better. I'm giving you my attention, my presence, my promise to never take these ordinary moments for granted. Because at the end of our lives, it won't be the fancy dinners or expensive gifts we remember. It'll be the quiet mornings, the shared laughter, the comfortable silences. Happy birthday, my Eleanor. Thank you for teaching me what really matters. Forever yours, Thomas. I sat there on the floor of my grandfather's study for a long time, holding that letter carefully, like it might disappear if I wasn't gentle enough. The afternoon light was coming through the window, creating patterns on the wooden floor, exactly the kind of moment my grandfather had learned to appreciate. I thought about all the times I'd been impatient during our visits, wanting to go outside and play instead of sitting with him. All the times I'd barely listened when he told stories, thinking they were boring. I hadn't understood then what he was trying to teach me. He was showing me how to be present, how to notice the small things, how to find magic in ordinary moments. I carefully folded the letter and put it back in the book where I'd found it. But the words stayed with me. They're still with me now, years later. Whenever I find myself rushing through life, chasing the next big thing, I think about my grandfather's letter. I think about him sitting in his garden, writing to the woman he loved, promising to pay attention to the life they were building together. Not some imaginary future life, but the one happening right in front of them. That letter taught me that love isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. It's choosing day after day to notice the person beside you, to appreciate the coffee they make, the way they laugh, the sound of their footsteps. It's finding wonder in the ordinary, beauty in the everyday, magic in the moments most people overlook. My grandmother still lives in that house, still tends the garden they planted together. Sometimes I visit and we sit quietly, not saying much. But now I understand what my grandfather knew. The silence isn't empty. It's full of presence, of attention, of two people choosing to share space and time together. That's the real gift he left me. Not the books or the furniture or the money in his will, but the lesson that life is happening right now, in this moment. And the people we love are here now, not in some perfect future we're waiting for. So tonight, as you prepare for sleep, maybe think about the ordinary moments that made up your day. The small kindnesses, the brief conversations, the simple pleasures. Those are the moments my grandfather learned to treasure. Those are the moments that make a life worth living. That story ends there. And honestly, it reminds me that we spend so much time chasing extraordinary experiences that we forget the extraordinary nature of simply being present with the people we love. My grandfather's letter showed me that the best days aren't always the ones with the biggest events. Sometimes they're just the quiet Tuesdays when nothing special happens, but we're paying attention enough to notice how special that really is. Sleep well, friend. May your dreams be peaceful, and may you wake tomorrow ready to notice all the small wonders waiting for you.